These are the waiver wire pickups for week 3. Number 1 on the list is Juwan Johnson, who for the second straight week turned in yet another tight end 1 performance, catching 5 of 9 targets for 49 yards and 1 touchdown. He's been an every down player through the first 2 weeks, and he's seen a whopping 20 targets. He seems to be settling in as a safety valve for Spencer Rattler, who surprisingly has yet to turn the ball over. Johnson should be added everywhere, and even though he faces a stiff Seahawks secondary in week 3, he should still be started. Number 2 on the list is rookie Bhayshul Tuten. Tank Bigsby was traded to the Eagles last week, paving the way for Tuten to be the RB2 in Jacksonville. He finished week 2 with 8 carries for 42 yards and also added 2 receptions for an additional 32 yards and 1 score. Given what head coach Liam Cohen was able to do with Bucky Irving in Tampa Bay last year when he was the offensive coordinator, it's reasonable to expect Tuten's role to continue growing from here. He should be picked up everywhere and is not only an elite handcuff, but should offer standalone value moving forward. Number 3 on the list is Wan'dale Robinson, who was on my list last week and is on my list again this week. He had a career day against Dallas, catching 8 of 10 targets for 142 yards and 1 score. This was undoubtedly a ceiling game, and will be one that will be difficult to replicate. He's much more likely to hover around the 5 to 7 reception, 65-yard mark most weeks, which makes him a pretty sensible pickup in most 12-team PPR leagues. Number 4 on the list is Elic Ayomanor, who has seen 13 targets through the first 2 weeks. He's caught 6 of them for 69 yards and 1 receiving score, and he seems to be emerging as the number 2 option behind Calvin Ridley. He's played nearly 80% of the snaps, and with the Titans poised to be in some bad game scripts this year, he could compile some nice stat lines in garbage time. The Titans square off against the Colts in week 3, who just allowed 3 passing touchdowns to Bo Nix. And speaking of Denver, number 5 on the list is Troy Franklin. He has gotten off to a hot start this year, catching 12 of 15 targets for 133 yards and 1 touchdown. The second-year receiver has displayed excellent chemistry with Bo Nix and seems to be establishing himself as the second option in the passing game, playing the second most snaps behind Courtland Sutton. He's an upside WR3 in most formats for now, but I don't think this start is a fluke, and I would grab him now while he's widely available. Number 6 on the list is Hunter Renfrow, who turned in a garbage time special today, catching 7 of 9 targets and 2 touchdowns. The Panthers were chasing points late, which is what Renfrow did most of his damage. But with the Panthers so thin at receiver, he may continue seeing looks. His biggest competition is Xavier Legette, who has seen 15 targets through the first 2 weeks, but he has done very little with them, catching only 4 of those targets for 8 yards. If Renfrow can stay healthy, there's a chance he settles into the role Adam Thielen played a couple of seasons ago. Number 7 on the list is Harold Fannin Jr. The rookie tight end followed up his solid week 1 performance with another strong performance in week 2, catching all 5 of his targets for 48 yards. The issue for Fannin is the fact that David Njoku is still a big part of this offense. And as long as the tight end position remains a timeshare in Cleveland, both will remain on the tight end 1, tight end 2 borderline. The only advantage Fannin has is that his athleticism may earn him a little bit of work out of the backfield. Number 8 on the list is Tory Horton. The preseason sensation recorded a touchdown on his first catch. He finished the day with 2 receptions for 32 yards along with the score. He also added 30 return yards and could push for the WR2 role behind Jackson Smith and Jigba by mid-season. I still do expect Cooper Kupp to have splash games here or there, but he's not the game changer of years past. Horton is more of a stash at this point and will require some patience, but it could pay off. Although if you are in a pinch this week, the Seahawks do face the Saints, so he might want to be someone to consider in much deeper leagues. Number 9 on the list is Romeo Doubs. After Jaden Reed broke his collarbone in week 2, both Doubs and Dontavian Wicks saw an uptick in targets, but it was Doubs who hit pay dirt. Tucker Kraft seems to be the biggest beneficiary, but in terms of this receiving core, it's difficult to know who's going to be the leader of the pack. This is kind of a wait-and-see situation, but Doubs may be the safest choice for now, as Wicks has struggled with drops in the past. Matthew Golden is also someone to keep an eye on, as this may be the opportunity he needs to break out. Number 10 on the list is Devontez, aka Tez, Walker. This game has outlier written all over it, but 2 touchdowns on 2 targets will open eyes. He's largely been a special teams player up until now, but this performance may earn him more snaps moving forward. He's a wait-and-see player, as is DeAndre Hopkins, who has scored 2 times in as many weeks, and could have easily scored a second time today, but was ruled down at the 1. Both of them are wait-and-see players due to their limited role and how few routes they're running, but you could do worse in terms of dart throws. With this coming out before the Monday night games, there are a few players to keep an eye on during both matchups. First, Najee Harris, who should be fully healthy now. Next, Tre Tucker. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to build off of his 2-reception, 54-yard, 1-touchdown line from week 1. I'd also keep an eye on Michael Mayer, just in case Brock Bowers suffers a setback and Mayer gets thrust into a larger role. Those are the waiver wire pickups for week 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know which players you think we should keep an eye on in the comments below.